Este song is called Otro Guerrillero y Otro Guerrillera. The Warriors.
Se acerca la muerte, viene siempre. Si uno pobre o rebelde, no sé cómo escapar. Otro guerrillero, más pobreza, más violencia. Esas son las consecuencias, no sé dónde va a parar. Otro guerrillero, de repente me he parado y me he puesto a pensar. Pensamiento de protesta desde el lago al mar. Este pueblo está en la lucha, nos quieren disparar. En la cárcel encerrado como en Alcatraz. Tío Keiko, no te quiero, un día nos veremos. Fuiste un Paco cobarde y entregaste al pueblo. Lozano en los 80 se peleó por Chicago. Siempre en la lucha con el compañero Harold.
Los 12 millones de indocumentados aquí no tienen derecho a la salud. La clase trabajadora de los Estados Unidos y el mundo no puede permitir eso. La clase trabajadora es una sola.
No nos pueden parar. Sube tu bandera al alto, vamos a representar un gobierno ultrajando nuestra inocencia. Es tiempo de rescatar la justicia. Oye, nena, una niña latina sale de la esquina y los hombres la miran como si está en vitrina. ¿Dónde están las lolitas, the Saratoga y angelitas? Faltan guerrilleras para una nueva
Police
vida.
on the corner is the same as the police on the border.
Governments are put in place in order to serve a certain elite that run the world through their corporations, through their financial mechanisms.
To just get it really mad cracking, we would need to build consciousness in our communities. A future like that would be beautiful.
Even though we've been forced fed a lot of things, we still have a level of historical memory.
Guerrillero tan presente every day in my life. Paletero, jardinero, el que vende el piragua. Sandinista, guerrillero, tan en Nicaragua. Farabundo, Martín, Miguel, Enrique, Simón Bolívar. Guevara en la montaña, he got killed in Bolivia. Fred Hampton, Huey P, and Malcolm X. Zapatistas in the jungle holding texts for respect.
We can stop that consolidation of class power and the elite is through whatever means we may find, through political organizing, community-based organizing, through culture, hip-hop, and that will be able to stop that consolidation of class power and really change the way we live lives that are fulfilling and dignified. What's going on, my peoples? My name is G1.
My name is Rod Stars.
And we 2/3 of the group Rebel Diaz. Our sister La Tere completes the cipher.
We originally from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? We are right now living in the South Bronx in New York, and both of us are from Chile. Our parents are from Chile. You know what I'm saying? We are products of that dictatorship.
And you know, we grew up immersed in hip hop. Hip hop was our reality, was our culture. You know what I'm saying? Being the product of former political prisoners in Chile, you know what I'm saying? Our reality was through hip hop, and that's how we continue that legacy and how we keep that spirit of resistance alive.
This is a freestyle individuo off the top of the dome. Soy un dope individuo, rap asesino, lengua de cuchillo, the most above average savage in any language. Couldn't fathom the fact I cause so much damage like old school jeans. MCs taking creatine, my rap gets stronger. This rap on steroids, cause I'm from the state of Illinois. We bring the Illinois, old school B-boys, Chicago champion, let's get
really,
one.
Music has historically in our communities, you know what I'm saying, in oppressed communities, been resistance. You know what I mean? Like even back to the days of slavery, you know what I'm saying? And it started off with that. When the slave was getting, you know, when we knew somebody was getting, you know what I'm saying, whooped or that the master was coming, it wasn't like, you know, ways of communicating, so sometimes it was expressed through hymns. So historically, it's been resistance for us and forms of resistance. When you look at oppression and control and even like colonization of a people, some of the first things they take away, is your identity. Because if you trace culture, you're gonna hear music, you're gonna hear resistance, you're gonna hear the voice of the people. We come from a culture, for example, from Chile, where you had the Nueva Canción, right? Artists like Víctor Jara, basically that spoke up and did folk music that spoke to the masses, spoke to the conditions of the people. Víctor Jara was killed by the dictatorship. They cut off his hands to symbolize silencing, so he wouldn't play the guitar anymore. So that's our history. And it's mixed up with Chicago, you know what I'm saying? When you got blues, you got jazz, and then you got hip hop. What our thing is, you know what I'm saying? Obviously before it, came funk and other forms, but our generation is hip hop. And if you think about it, hip hop, like we stated, is a music that comes from conditions of oppression in the South Bronx, an immigrant community. You know what I'm saying? Where kids were growing up in abandoned buildings as a surrounding. You know what I'm saying? So like for us, music has always been an important part of this. You got Public Enemy, Dead Prez, KRS-One talking about conditions in our community, the CNN to the streets. So we, as Rebel Diaz, this is what we represent. The next generation that's carrying, these ideas and message. Our music is resistance, and that's why music is important, because it's a way of holding on to your culture.
That's right.
And your culture is your identity. Understanding the reason we living in the South Bronx, fighting for the people, fighting against evil, all these fake Catholics under their fake steeple. Listen, we ride for the people in Hunts Point, riding to the point, understand this. On point like joints, starting the fire, sparking the riot, walking around town, burning the tire, getting hyper, fucking ride stars, strike you like lightning, call me the Raptor, killing them with metaphors, no longer drinking liquor, not drunk.
Hip hop was starting up here in the South Bronx in the 70s. It's a black culture that becomes united with what is the Latino culture here in New York City during that era.
It was an immigrant culture.
Exactly. You have the kids that their parents did mambo, you know what I'm saying, and they adapt their mambo flavor to their breaking styles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the idea of the sound systems and the joints in the parks, that comes from Jamaica. That comes from politics in Jamaica during
all
the
the
60s and
Boricua
70s.
B-boys. It was the South Bronx, but it continues to be a big immigrant community. So, if it just makes you kind of, think about it, like, if there were no immigrants, there wouldn't be hip hop. You know what I mean? So it's like hip hop has to be for immigrant rights, and for hip hop, it has to be for immigrants.
And that's why we attempt to make that link through hip hop.
50 had 21 questions, but I got some more. Is it alright if you make money and you leave the hood? Quit buying all them diamonds, you should feed the hood. And it's nice you got 24s on your Ford. I think there's better subject matters for us rappers to explore. There's not enough doctors, not enough tutors. Too many rappers, everybody's a producer. Come on, choose one, you gotta play your position.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is alive, hip hop is not dead. There is hip hop culture and there's a rap music industry. I think that those two things are separate, and Rebel Diaz functions off of that basis.
Nowadays, you have hip hop being used for corporations to sell products, used, to feed our children false values of materialism, individualism. So, you know what I mean? We have to keep continuing the culture by creating music that is still representative of the conditions of our community. That's all it is. It's still street, you know what I'm saying? It's still gangster, you know what I'm saying? But it's still for the people. And it's just honest music, because that represents what the conditions of our community is. Like, the majority of our children aren't balling, you know what I'm saying? The majority of our children are getting incarcerated, are getting drafted to go to the military. We live in conditions that need to be talked about. 1991, they first went to Iraq. 2002, man, they had to go back. 9/11 was the reason that they gave to the masses. Something about destructive weapons, yet they never found stashes. 18 is the age that you can go to war, yet you can't buy liquor from the local store. Check it out, look, just so you understand, look. You got a currency exchange, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no banks that come into our community because people don't get credit. You got a liquor store, a Chinese food restaurant, like, you know what I'm saying? This is what we have access to, this is what we eat. So, and then they kick out the immigrant vendors for trying to make a livelihood and provide us with fruits and vegetables. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gentrification time, real estate development. They making millions. And this right here is the spot for, you know what I'm saying, used to be a jail, juvenile detention center. I think now it's called something else. That's what they do, they change the name to make it seem like it's a safer place or something. But right now we right in front of the 41st precinct. You know what I'm saying? The 41st precinct is historically known in the Bronx, in this area, by the nickname of Fort Apache. Now they named it Fort Apache, right? Because it was so wild over here. They said it was like the Wild Wild West, like cowboys against Indians. But I want to show is that they still honor this mentality. It is still that Fort Apache, cowboys versus Indians mentality. And when you look at what's happening in the South Bronx, the police have a lot to do with gentrification. They go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Is that police force, for example, street sweeps of immigrant vendors. Then you have, for example, the like what goes down in the street sweeps, in which you pick up young teenagers for trespassing. They trying to go visit their grandma, but they address they from the trespassing. So these are like petty offenses in which our young people start getting put into the cycle. They get them in the system, give them probation, they violate probation, they put them in jail. So that's what's happening, you know what I'm saying? Because communities are being cleaned up for real estate developers to come in and make millions. You know, we're trying to just build our community up. If you can't organize your block, then what are you talking about? What organizing are you talking about? Organizing people that's already politically educated, that are already on it. Right. We gotta build consciousness amongst folks that know oppression more than anybody. Right. Folks that are living that shit every single day. Right now we in the Rebel Diaz Arts Collective studio. This is where it's going down. As you can see, we're under construction. And then, hey, let me show you the backspace. This place is dope right here. These are the stages. We got the DJ equipment, performers perform off. This is a little back area where we kick it at. We got, as you can see, we got the Rebel Diaz Arts Collective mural. Peace to our homie Desi, you know what I'm saying, from our Weapons of Mass Expression crew. You got Albizu Campos, right? We want to teach these young people their history. Albizu Campos, a Puerto Rican independence leader. You know, they put him under radiation. He was a political prisoner here in the United States for fighting for Puerto Rican independence, which is, you know, an important battle because the Puerto Rican people are colonized. They have a, you know, right to self-determination. That's it. A spot where kids can come and do some graffiti, you know, rock out. We're trying to bring back the idea of building community, of people power, of autonomous space. So for us, the idea is an arts collective, but that art that comes out of the space is very much art that's representative of the struggles that the community is facing.
Yo, we're 2 years away from Judgment Day, but the swine flu is here to stay. If they is capable of anything, it's mass control, create fear and distraction while they misinform, nation torn. What a town hall gonna solve? A lot of hooting and hollering for nothing at all, cause all the power's kept in one small sector, tight-knit circle of bankers and investors. New world order, no more borders, a world controlled by the ones behind the curtain. While we front and centering the stage, actors taking direction on what to say. Hey, if money and gears, success measures, then I'm better, cause my swag stem from my experience. Young, not dumb, these pups now that's on the scene, what they know about the dream? Not throw it in the bag, more throw it at the man. Molotov, homemade rap bomb. Oh no ain't like Vietnam. Till the people hit the pavement, 1 million strong. Wrong, it's not politically correct. Neither are any of these politicians you elect. Yes, sir. That's how it is.